It's time to love the lanes again. From some of southeastern Wisconsin's finest bowling centers, this is the Brew City Bowling Show.
Good morning, everybody. Another week of the Brew City Bowling Show. We're almost getting near the end of our inaugural season here on My-24 Milwaukee. A couple of fun teams coming out the bowling today. We have our host center at Classic Lanes Greenfield, Gina and her crew taking the lanes, and we're going to have some good friends of mine in Don's Foods. Mikey Pagel, the mentor at Don's Foods, passed away a couple of years ago. We got a lot of friends coming out to celebrate his life today, so a little sadness and a little fun all at the same time here. At Classic Lanes Greenfield, we'll be back with our bowlers for our first match on today's Brew City Bowling Show after this short break.
When people drop into the American Place Casino, you won't believe the things they say.
It looks amazing in here.
Pretty cool, right?
I'm gonna go play some blackjack.
Oh, I'm hitting the slots.
With the most exciting table games and newest slots, you can play any way you want. Oh, and the food.
So good.
So what are you waiting for? Come in now and have an experience that'll make you say, couldn't have said it better myself. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Showcase your skills and experience the thrill of competing on the national stage at the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. This event has awarded over $675,000 in prize money over the last 2 years, and Valero Mount Prospect is just a 90-minute drive from Milwaukee. View all the tournament information at pba.com/LBC tournament.
And here's our competitors for match number one here from Classic Lanes in Greenfield. Paul Krantz bowling for Don's Foods. That's Gina Dereshevsky. Gina bowling for
Fire away,
Classic
sir.
Greenfield. Paul will start things off here on lane 3. Paul, kind of an honorary member of Don's Foods, as one of the longtime team members is his wife Diane. You'll see Diane in the second match. Paul does a lot of his bowling nowadays at Highland Lanes. Say hi to the Sherbarth family. And hey, a little bit of a lucky break there for Paul. But it's a strike on the board here. Gina Dereshevsky, our host proprietor, stepping up. Thanks once again to all of our great hosts this season here on the Brew City Bowling Show. Can't wait for season 2 to start in February. We'll give you some additional details on that shortly. There's that Hall of Fame form for Gina. She can't get the 4-7 trip down. Gina's biggest influence on her bowling career was her dad, Jimmy, and the Jimmy the Greek golf outing every year that Gina and everyone that helps her here at Classic Lanes Greenfield runs every July raises a ton of money for the Alzheimer's Association of Wisconsin. Over $25,000 again in 2024 raised by that Jimmy the Greek golf outing. It's such a great event Gina runs. As we'll take a replay here on the spare. Watch that ball. A little bit of the scenic route for Gina. 4 into the 7. Takes them both down. Paul's biggest bowling influence were his parents. He's been bowling since the age of 6, and unfortunately for Paul right there, that shot hangs out a little to the outside. Once again, this lane pattern, the PBA LBC National Championships pattern, it's a little bit oilier on the outside than these players may be used to in their league bowling. But they still they don't need to make PBA Tour quality shots, but that one's just a little far away for Paul. Paul, I know, one of the biggest Rush fans in the world, that great band. Cover for Paul keeps him clean through 2 frames. I think Gina, is there such a thing as a Dave head? They used to call Grateful Dead fans deadheads. Gina, I know, has seen her favorite band, Dave Matthews Band, many times at various places across the country. And how about that? There is a $50 gift certificate for any of the restaurants at American Place Casino for Gina for her mystery frame in the 8th. Great shot, gets all 10 to go. Watch the replay. It's not about how much the ball hooks, it's about how strong it hooks right before entering the pocket. Hey, another mystery frame chance this time. Haircut and style from Carlos Salon and Barbershop on North Water Street in downtown Milwaukee, and that one from Paul just doesn't quite get there, and that washout going to be a tough conversion if Paul wants to stay clean here in this game. On Saturday mornings when Paul's not on the lanes like you see him this morning, he likes to get the grocery shopping out of the way. If you want to fight those crowds on a Saturday morning, that's up to you. Also enjoys making some homemade Bloody Marys for he and his bride, Diane. Great cover there by Paul on the washout. Textbook cover, one may call it. Watch that ball get across the face of the head pin. Take it into the 10. Ball takes out the 2 and the 8. Can't do it any better. Let's see if Gina can get herself a double here on the board. Saturday mornings, when she's not out on the lanes here bowling at Classic Lanes Greenfield, she's here at Classic Lanes Greenfield. Great youth program they have here, along with a wonderful high school program. They hosted Greenfield High School bowling program, and their girls team a couple of years back took down the high school state championship. That banner displayed proudly here inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield. She'll move cross lane at the spare. Hall of Fame cover there for Gina. Gina in multiple bowling Hall of Fames in Wisconsin. Let's see what Paul can do here. Still has a chance to get to 86 in his opening game. Gina would have a chance to get to 90. So this first game, pretty tight. And remember, these teams are battling to try to get into our grand championships at Holler House mid-January. $2,000 for the first place team on the line and 5 entries into the PBA LBC National Championships. Come on now! How did that not fall for Paul? My goodness, 5-pin got over there, something else spun around or hit the back of the 7-pin, didn't tumble it over. Let's take a look at the replay here. Watch that ball ease into the pocket, head pin comes off the sideboard and just in front of the 7. Paul likes to take the scenic route at his spares. Paul's always wanted to go to Germany because he's part German. And that ball, unfortunately, took a layover in France. Yikes. No spare conversion there. 64 for Paul. So with any good count, and especially a mark here for Gina, she'd have Classic Greenfield in the lead after the first game. She wanted to thank her big, fat Greek family for all the support they've given her over the years, not just with her bowling, but with operating this bowling center. And 10 back for Gina. And we have a chance here for 90, but also Gina the spare to fill out the 10th frame. She can get the Dutch 80 game. Dutch 80 game gets you 40 hours in cash from the Brew City Bowling Show. And some of her hobbies, she loves to travel when she gets the chance, and she also loves babysitting her 2 grandchildren. Will that get all the way back to the pocket? No, that ball just didn't look good coming off the hand. Not as many revolutions as Gina normally places on that bowling ball. And she's always loved Amleto Monticelli. I don't think Amleto could hook it more than Gina nowadays. Amleto part of the PBA 60 crowd, but still one of the great bowlers on that senior tour. There's the spare. There's the Dutch 80. We'll be back here from Classic Lanes Greenfield. We'll award these bowlers some prizes. We'll be back with our bowlers for our second match on the Brew City Bowling Show. The bowler with the high game on every Brew City Bowling Show will receive a 2-night stay at Circa Las Vegas and complimentary daybed rental at Stadium Swim. See how you can have the time of your life at circalasvegas.com.
When people drop into the American Place Casino, you won't believe the things they say.
It looks amazing in here.
Pretty cool, right?
I'm gonna go play some blackjack.
Oh, I'm hitting the slots.
With the most exciting table games and newest slots, you can play any way you want. Oh, and the food.
So good.
So what are you waiting for? Come in now and have an experience that'll make you say, couldn't have said it better myself. American Place Casino. Change the game.
At Country Lanes, we're your family's go-to destination for unforgettable moments, laughter, and friendly competition. We have Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night, and come check out our Bourbon Club specials at Country Lanes in Franklin.
Back and forth battle into the 10th frame in match 1. Gina Dereshevsky comes out on top with her 80 game. But let's bring in Paul Krantz first. Paul! Oh, Paul! Oh, Paul! Paul's wasting. You are wasting no time celebrating, are you? You're done.
Yeah, thank God. That was a lot of fun.
What happened to that spare in the 10th frame? I thought it was going to be right on that 7 pin.
I thought so too, but I like to go cross country, and there's a little more oil in the middle than I thought. But yeah, after 4 frames, I'll take it.
Yeah, hey, you started with a strike.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, it wasn't your mystery frame. It was the 9th frame. You would have gotten yourself a haircut in style from DeCarlo Salon in downtown Milwaukee on Water Street. They do a great job down there. And I hope you had a lot of fun bowling, and I hope you're going to cheer on your teammates.
I had a great time, and for a great cause. God bless you, Michael Pagel. We miss you and love you. Thank you for everything, and thanks again, Phil, for putting on this great show.
Appreciate you, Paul. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring in Gina Dereshevsky. Gina with the Dutch 80 game, so that gets you $40 in cash. And then, even though you didn't have a double, you still get a nice prize because you struck in your mystery frame, the 9th frame, $50 in dining credit down at American Place Casino in Waukegan. So, great restaurants down there. If you like Asian fusion, Asia Azteca, the wings are spectacular.
Okay. I'm looking forward to them. So happy that they are a part of this. And thank you for doing all of this that you have been doing. Yes.
It's appreciated. Thanks, Gina. Good luck cheering your teammates the rest of the way. All right, so after our first match, we have Classic Greenfield at 80. Don's Foods at 64. And let's bring our bowlers for match number 2. Diane Krantz bowling for Don's Foods against Tracy Jacobs. Tracy bowling for Classic Greenfield. Diane will start things off here. Talk about a man that had a lot of influence on a player's bowling career when they were younger, Mike Pagel. Diane will be the first one to admit it. Really taught her how to bowl competitively, be successful at the sport. There we go. Diane, big strike to start. You talk about a player that was close to Mike Pagel for a lot of years. She was it. And got to see Diane get inducted in both Milwaukee and Wisconsin Bowling Halls of Fame. Tracy Jacobs, long-time bowler here at Classic Greenfield, gets a chance for that bar tab. No, the 4-pin does not go. That slightly high hit. Tracy's biggest influence on her bowling was her grandmother. Her grandmother bowled until she was 85. So recently saw a player here at Classic Lanes Greenfield in one of the senior leagues that turned 100 and is still bowling every week. It's truly a lifetime sport. Tracy taking a bit of the scenic route at that, just tickles it down. Both bowlers clean in the first frame. Diane's current bowling idols: Jill Weber, another great Wisconsin bowler for many years, and Gina Dereshevsky. And even though as the years pile on, and sometimes the ball speed and rev rate just isn't what it used to be, it'll still be pretty competitive, as Diane just can't quite get that one to come back to the pocket and leaves the 2-pin. Take a look at that replay as that ball tried to chug up the outside of the lane and just not quite enough revolutions to get there. Diane loves bowling socially. Nowadays, pretty much her competitive days bowling a lot of weekend tournaments and stuff are over. Loves bowling with her husband, and they're traveling on Saturdays during the season. And just watching sports and hanging out with friends. Tracy Jacobs, don't shoot her in pool. I heard she's pretty good at 8-ball, 9-ball, that type of thing. And she loves to get on an ATV and have some fun out in the woods riding those 4-wheelers. Is that going to hold on? No, that one goes through the nose for Tracy, and lucky to leave just the 3-pin. Of course, there's an interesting set of eyes Watching behind Tracy today, her significant other, Lester Komorowski, who we saw a few shows back. Lester's team allegedly currently the leaders in the Classic Lanes Greenfield qualifier for the Grand Championships the Brew City Bowling Show is going to have at Holler House in January. You see Lester in the Michigan sweatshirt and back. So he's happy to see Tracy do well, but he's thinking of his own team, something tells me. Let's see if we can get Diane a gift certificate, H5G brands, towards a full custom jersey or any other merchandise they may have. And not happening. Like rocket ships, the 5-pin hands go up in the back. And I don't care if you are a Hall of Fame player like Diane. You're under the TV lights, and you've got a bunch of people giving you grief behind you. These 5-pins can get a little bit tougher. Oh, look at that. Successfully covers that 5-pin, and Diane stays clean for the first 3 frames. And we'll see what Tracy can do here to continue staying clean as well. Tracy wanted to thank her parents for their support of her bowling. And the talent that Tracy has, that a lot of people don't know about, she can cross-stitch and quilt with the best of them when she's at home. Rolling up nicely. Is it going to carry? Yes, it does. And a foundation frame strike for Jacobs. She has a chance to get that big game on the board. Jacobs can get to 99. Krantz can get to 89. And once again, one thing to always remember, that high game award on every Brew City Bowling Show, the 2-night midweek stay at Circa Las Vegas, and the complimentary day bed rental at Stadium Swim for our hard game on each show. And Diane, as that one come across the face of it, leaves the 6-pin. Saturday mornings, we don't drag her out in the lanes. Diane likes to relax her favorite chair at home, having a cup of coffee and watching a little QVC. And Diane needs to give QVC a call and buy a spare in the 10th. 67 with that open frame for Diane. Let's see what Tracy can do here for the big finish. Get to 89. Probably 99 for the maximum for Jacobs. Jacobs loves her college football. Big fan of the Michigan Wolverines. And loves to listen to Garth Brooks. She's not watching college football. That needs some help. And almost a huge lucky break there to take both the 3 and the 10 down. Leaves just a 10-pin, so Jacobs looking to stay clean here and get Classic Greenfield out to an early advantage in the team portion of the competition. Cross lane at the 10-pin and covers it up nicely. Well done by Jacobs. Jacobs, her bowling idols, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard and Chris Barnes. It's great having the Barnes family here, along with DJ Tackett and Nate Purchase back in November for a fundraiser for the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation and the Stargards Foundation that Gina and her staff here ran in conjunction with the Junior Hall of Fame tournament. Shan Lubinski runs that great J-Hoft event along with that Saturday night fundraiser. 77 for Jacobs, 67 for Krantz. More bowling coming up here from Classic Lanes Greenfield on the Brew City Bowling Show.
Showcase your skills and experience the thrill of competing on the national stage at the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. This event has awarded over $675,000 in prize money over the last 2 years, and Valero Mount Prospect is just a 90-minute drive from Milwaukee. View all the tournament information at pba.com/LBC tournament.
South Shore Bowl has great bowling deals for you. With all-you-can-bowl glow bowling on Friday and Saturday nights, and our Sunday Fun Day special. See all the info at southshorebowl.com. Well, match number 2 down at 10th frame again, but Tracy Jacobs came out on top, 77-67 against Diane Kranz. Let's bring in Diane. I know you and Paul have been married for a couple of decades now, but to bowl the exact same game while you're on TV, that's a little surprising.
Well, a little bit, but that's what we do.
Well, unfortunately, your mystery frame was the 9th frame. You would have got yourself a gift certificate from H5G. I just hope you had a great time today, and thanks for coming out for a great remembrance of Michael.
I did. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Go get some aiming fluid.
I hope, definitely.
Not that that's ever happened before. All right, let's talk to Tracy. Tracy, come on in. Clean game. Yeah, I mean, you can't be upset about that at all.
Get on the lane.
And you kept your team on pace because one of the big things is the highest scoring team for the 5 players after all 3 weeks here at Classic Lanes Greenfield gets to go to Holler House for the Grand Championships. And you guys are on pace right now. And I know the guy that's on the team that isn't first right now. And did he give you any advice before you started bowling today?
No. No benefit of living with him, no.
Yeah, figures. Well, 7th frame was your mystery frame. Unfortunately, you didn't strike there, but it would have been, hey, you're surprised, a $40 bar tab here at Classic Lanes Greenfield. Not that would have been used.
Right. Not at all.
I'm glad you had a good time. Thanks for bowling, and go cheer on your teammates.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go. So after 2 games, we have Classic Greenfield at 157, Don's Foods 131. And here are our competitors for match number 3 here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. Dean Driggett will be taking care of business for Don's Foods. Angie Wiegert for Classic Greenfield. Dean coming out of retirement, for bowling at least, to honor Mike Pagel. Dean, one of the linchpins of the Don's Foods teams back in the 90s and early 2000s. And that one for Dean, change in follow-through. It's a left-handed follow-through. Doesn't help many as he misses that head pin to the left. Leaves just the 1-3. So Dean, his biggest influence, all the great people he's been lucky to know and call friends over the years in bowling. We've had some great trips as part of the Don's Foods teams over the years. Some interesting stories, most that, of course, can't be told over broadcast television. And how about that for Driggett? He gets the spare down and starts clean here in his match against Angie. Angie been bowling for about 20 years or so. Does her bowling here at Classic Greenfield. And Angie's biggest influence in bowling, her dad took her to all her travel leagues when she was a youth player. Went and watched her bowl in college as well. And that ball just a little high for Angie and leaves just the 3-pin. If there's one album that Angie can listen to all the time, it would be Queen's Greatest Hits. It's definitely one that's still in my rotation as well. Hammer to Fall. That's a great song to listen to before you fire yourself up on the bowling lanes. And a great cover there by Angie. And a pair of spares to start match number 3. Dean has no bowling idols. His one bowling idol is a robot. The robot named Earl at the International Bowling Testing and Research Facility in Texas. I guess that's still a bowling idol. And how about that for Dean? Shreds the rack like he's 30 years younger. And a nice shot there in the 8th for Driggett. Take a look at that replay. And it doesn't matter how old the equipment is. It doesn't matter how old the bowler is. You get the proper revolutions and roll through the pocket. You can take down 10 on any shot. Let's see what we can do here in the mystery frame for Angie. Round of 2 in 2025 at Morningstar Golfers Club. Not going to happen. As that one creeps high, it leaves the 6-10. Angie, when she's not bowling, loves to play golf, shoot some darts, and play a little cribbage. That's always a fun social game with cribbage. 2 or 4 people get it out there, get the board out, have a favorite beverage or 2 while you play. It's a good relaxing time. Cross lane for Angie at the spare. Is it going to hold on? Yes, it does. And our bowler is staying clean here in match number 3, and it's a tight game coming in to this match. These teams only separated by about 25 pins. There you see Driggett getting himself lined up. A little tap of the index finger to help trigger the start. And that's going to need a little help to hold on. And how about that? Takes the 5-pin into the 610 zone, and our first double of the day, and that's going to be some creating the difference bowling ball cleaner for Driggett. He'll have a chance to spice up his turkey in the 10th frame and get some additional prizes as well. Maybe even take down that circa high game. Angie getting that thumb hole, making sure that fit is quality before getting into the shot. She's always wanted to go to Germany for Oktoberfest. And that one, that's a big break there. That could have been a Greek church. 4-7 would have stood. Instead, just the 6, 9, and 10 for Angie. And Saturday mornings, Angie is not on the lanes. She's at home making pancakes for her wife and their daughter. Lucky kid gets pancakes on Saturday mornings. I'm a little jealous right now. Let's see what Angie can do here. Cross lane at the 6, 9, 10. That needs to get a little more of the 6-pin. Unfortunately, an open frame for Angie going into the 10th. Let's see what Driggett can do here. Dean can get to 110. If he can add 3 more strikes here in the 10th frame. Dean's changed his hobbies over the years. I know he used to do a lot of snorkeling and scuba diving. Then he went to spelunking and falconry. Now it's just playing the vintage guitars and drums he has in his collection in his music room at home. And that mystery frame shot, ba-dum-bum. Not a quality shot there in the 10th. That would have been for the free bowling ball resurfacing and rejuvenation for Bowlers Headquarters right here inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield. You see the door for the pro shop on the upper left of your screen right there. Let's see what Driggett can do here. Still have a chance to pass Gina for the high game. Gina with 80 currently. High on the board for the show. Is that going to hold on for the 1-3? No, it just hits the 6 but doesn't take it down. But still for Dean, coming out of retirement, putting 75 on the board here in Classic Greenfield. He's got to be a little happy with that. And I know he was happy to be part of the Don Swoots teams for years and happy to honor Mike Pagel here today. Let's see what Angie can do here. 10th frame, lucky break. Get that 6 down, yes! And it goes. You see the fist pump for Angie. And she still has room. A few smiles there. Still has room to get to 74. Keep this team competition close. And of course, if she can add 2 more strikes here, she can take home some creating the difference bowling ball cleaner and some spices from Penzeys Spices. Nice and relaxed in that setup. 4 steps to the line. Is that going to hold on? Nope, through the nose. Leaves the 6-10. With a spare here, Angie can still get the 64. Still a quality game, and that will keep Classic Greenfield in the lead. It's going to take a couple of solid games, though, from the 4th and 5th bowlers on both of these teams. Try to get past the score posted by allegedly from our first Classic Lanes Greenfield show. Cross lane, is she getting them both? Tickles down just the 6, but 63 for Angie. 75 for Dean. Let's get some prizes awarded. We'll have our 4th bowlers hit the lanes here from Classic Lanes Greenfield after this short break on the Brew City Bowling Show. It's time for the Best Buy Bad Bowlers League at Castle Lanes. For only $17 per bowler per week, you can have your chance at a $1,000 Best Buy shopping spree. Find all the league info at castlelanes.com.
Join the Bourbon Club for free at Country Lanes. Enjoy discounts on every pour and have your chance to win some great monthly prizes. Enjoy a pour before or after a great pizza at Country Lanes in Franklin. Oh, tight match in match number 3, but Dean Driggett came out on top with a 75 game. Dean, come on in. Dean, sometimes our prizes here in the Brew City Bowling Show get a little ironic. A couple of weeks ago, we had a bald gentleman with a haircut. You haven't bowled in how many years before coming back on the show today?
10 years, and it showed.
You got a double, and guess what you get?
The Wow Factor bowling ball cleaner, so you can make sure that bowling ballers can stay in the closet for another 10 years nice and healthy.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Well, unfortunately, your mystery frame, you didn't get the mystery frame prize, so you would have gotten a free bowling ball resurfacing from Bowlers headquarters right here inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield. So all the bowling prizes today you missed out on.
That's okay. I still had a lot of fun, so thanks a lot for having me.
Thanks for coming out of retirement. I appreciate you. Thanks, Dean. Now let's bring Angie in. Angie, how fast did those 4 frames go by for you on TV right there?
Yeah, they went faster than I could have even imagined.
You feeling pretty good about your performance, though?
Yeah, I could have shot a little bit better. A few missed frames, but I shot well.
Okay. Well, your mystery frame was the 8th frame. Are you a golfer at all?
I am a golfer.
You would have loved this prize. It would have been a round for 2 at Morningstar Golfers Club in Big Bend anytime in 2025. Have you ever played out there?
I have not played out there.
It's a gorgeous course. Any handicapper, high handicapper, low handicapper, they got the tees for you to have a great time out there. And the food in the clubhouse is pretty good as well. So thanks for bowling, and go cheer on your teammates.
Absolutely. Let's go team.
All right, thanks. And so after 3 games, we have Don's Foods at 206. They're just 14 pins behind Classic Greenfield at 220.
I have to admit, this is the match I've been waiting to see all day long. Janelle Pagel, daughter of Mike Pagel, against Jenna Dereshevsky, daughter of Gina Dereshevsky. So you talk about second generation of a couple of great bowlers stepping on the lanes. And there we see Janelle. She's wearing her dad's Angry Chicken jersey, the team that they bowled on together for many, many years. And let's see if Janelle can start off here, take home a gift card for Falcon Bowl in River West. Yes, she will. Great start there by Janelle. I mean, such an influence, not just on Janelle's bowling as a sport, but with golf as well. When Janelle was in high school, Mike was her golf coach on the high school team, the assistant coach for Milwaukee Lutheran. Still the reason why Janelle bowls today. Jenna, she's been putting up some big series here in 2024. That one just a little long before it hooked. Leaves the 2-8 railroad. I mean, we have parents like her mom Gina and her dad Gary. He's talking about Hall of Fame bloodlines. You have it right there. And outside of mom and dad, Kelly Kulik and Sean Rash are 2 bowlers that Jenna loves to watch bowl. And just enough to get that 2-8 down. Looked like it was going to hook past the front of the 2-pin a little bit, but 8 made its way back into the pit as well. As we watch that on the replay. Janelle loves to play golf when she's not in bowling season. And Saturday mornings, when we don't have her inside of Classic Lanes Greenfield, she loves to watch some college football as well, and that is just a terrible break for Janelle. Pocket $710.
It's $100 in cash if you make it,
So she'll have a chance to win $100 if she makes this. Maybe pick up the ball speed a little bit. Hit either the 7 or the 10 and get the lucky bounce out. Let's see what she can do here. Loves listening to Beatles records. And she's not out on the lanes. And that's an open frame for Janelle in the 8th. Jenna loves the band Yellow Card. Her favorite album, if she could only listen to one album the rest of her life, would be Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card. And here's a chance for $100 in free play from American Place Casino. There you see the red, white, and blue head pin will be coming into your picture. If she gets them all down, it's $100 in free play at American Place. Just a little high, and 4-7 stands. So she'll switch to that polyester spare ball, as we see many players do. Take the lane pattern out of play. Just go from point A to point B. Saturday mornings when we don't have Jenna inside of Classic Greenfield Bowling, she'll help out her mom doing a little work or a full-time job as well, or lounging under a heated blanket. This is the time of year for heated blankets. We've gotten away with some mild winters recently. That ball just gets a little bit too far past the 4-pin. Tickled it. You saw it wiggle. That ball's another 1/4 inch to the right, and Jenna would have herself back-to-back spares on the board. Instead, it's an open frame. Looks online for Janelle. Oh, and the 4-pin stands in the flat gutter before falling straight back. Janelle's always wanted to go to South Bend, Indiana. She wants to see Touchdown Jesus outside of Notre Dame Stadium. So a big Notre Dame fan. And Janelle wanted to thank the bowling community as a whole. Over the last couple of years, they've really turned into an extended family for her since the passing of her father, Michael. And good to see her sister, Jessie, and her mom, Norma, both here watching. Norma hiding off camera, but Jessie, you just saw there in the orange sweatshirt. Let's see what Jenna can do here in her 9th frame. She got to go to Japan in high school, always wanted to go back, and how about that? You talk about a big bowling community. There is one in Japan. I've been lucky enough to go a couple times for covering PBA Japan Cup events, and I would love to get back as well. The cuisine, the culture, the festivals, yeah, it's pretty incredible. Whether you're in Tokyo, Osaka, or anywhere else in Japan. Janelle can still get the 67 here. And that needs a lot of help. Right in the backswing, and almost got a roller there to take the 2-pin out. She'll keep things together. And I know it's not easy for her right now. She's out here honoring her dad. I've known Janelle since, geez, I wouldn't say diapers, but a long, long time. And her and her dad were real close. Always loved getting a chance to bowl with him or golf with him. And Mikey was always a fun time at the golf course as well as the bowling alley. I can attest to that personally. So Janelle will have a chance for 57. So we need a big run by Jenna in the 10th to knock off her mom for the high game of the day to this point. Gina at 80. Jenna can still get to 87. She needed a couple of strikes in the 10th to get there. And let's see what Janelle can do for the big finish. And there you go, 10 back. That'll put a smile on her face. And Mikey, I know it'll put a smile on yours as well. No doubt about it. Good game there for Janelle. Let's see what Jenna can do here for her big finish. She wanted to thank both her mom and dad. Jenna wanted to thank her older brother Justin as well. And way to finally put a ring on it, Matt. And long-time boyfriend and now fiance of Jenna. And wiggle on the 10. The baby split stand, so chance here. $10 in cash with the conversion of the baby split. And Gina Dereshevsky is safe for one more game for the trip to Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas. Crossing at the spare, hooking back towards that 3-pin, overhooks it. The open frame of the 10th leaves Jenna at 55. Tight game for our players, tight game for the teams. We'll be back with our 5th and final bowlers here. The Classic Lanes in Greenfield on this week's edition of the Brew City Bowling Show. Any bowler who throws 4 strikes in a row on the Brew City Bowling Show will receive a gift certificate for Sendix Food Market. Check out this week's specials at sendix.com. Any bowler who rolls 5 strikes in a row on the Brew City Bowling Show will receive a fully customized jersey from H5G Brands. Anyone rolling a perfect game on the Brew City Bowling Show will win an entry into the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. It's time for the Best Buy Bad Bowlers League at Castle Lanes. For only $17 per bowler per week, you can have your chance at a $1,000 Best Buy shopping spree. Find all the league info at castlelanes.com.
Well, battled on the last ball of the 10th frame, but Janelle Pagel comes out on top, 57-55 over Jenna Dereshevsky. Janelle, come on in. Hey. Every ball in the pocket. You got to be pretty happy with that.
I am very happy with that. That went a lot better than I anticipated.
Well, you bookended with strikes, and it's a good thing because your mystery frame was the 7th frame, so you're going to win yourself a gift certificate to Falcon Bowl up in River West. You ever been to Falcon Bowl?
I have not, no.
I could tell you a story about me and your dad there one night, but it's going to have to be off air. As most. Right, exactly. But thanks for bowling, and your dad was a great guy, and we're glad we get to memorialize him a little bit today on the TV show, and you did him proud.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Janelle. Jenna, come on in. Those 4 frames go fast, don't they?
So fast. They were really fast. I lost count at 8, 9. I'm still losing count now.
Boy, unfortunately, you struck in the 9th, but unfortunately the next frame, the 10th frame, was your mystery frame. You would have gotten a 1-year subscription to 11thframe.com, where everybody gets their bowling news from Jeff Riggles. Thanks for bowling. Your team's still got an outside chance to make the Grand Championships if you get a good last game out of Danny Glubka. You think Danny's got it in him?
I think he's got to hit him, yeah. Absolutely. Start screaming, too.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for bowling.
Thank you.
All right, after 4 games, we have Classic Greenfield at 275, Don's Foods 263. Our 5th and final battle here from Classic Lanes in Greenfield. Carl Nelson Jr. Don's Foods taking on Danny Glubka. Danny from Classic Greenfield. Carl will be starting things off here. Carl, longtime friend of Mike Pagel. And while Carl's getting ready to bowl here, I want to recognize a couple other Don's Foods team members who couldn't make it today. Bob Ruditis. Bob, I know you've been having some health issues. We miss you and your wife Jenny being here today. Iggy, as Bob was well known. It was Don's Foods time. Great bowler back in the day as well. Bobby, we miss you. And John Himmelstein, the honorary 6th member of Don's Foods, who came on board when I was ill for a city tournament event, and Don's Foods took down the Milwaukee City team title in the late 1990s. Great cover there by Carl. And this team competition, once again, real close. Both these bowlers are going to need big games to get past the score posted by team allegedly in our first show here from Classic Lanes in Greenfield. Danny's bowling idol, he just wrote Duke. And with shots like that, that's Norm Duke-esque. Playing the lanes as straight as possible if it's needed. And a great start there by Danny Glubka.
Oh, there we go.
Watch that ball roll up, take all 10 down. Give away some big prizes in this match. We've only had a couple of smaller prizes. Let's start with that right now. Carl, this chance for $100 in free play at American Place Casino in Waukegan. There you see the red, white, and blue striped pin in the head pin spot. Strike here gets him the $100. Oh, and a little light. 2-4, 5 and 7 stand. Carl's bowling idol and biggest influence on his bowling was his dad. And on Saturday mornings, when we don't drag Carl to a bowling alley, Carl likes to relax at home with his wife, Tammy, and their dogs. Not an easy conversion here for Carl. Cross lane at 7 as a tough one to take out, but he makes it happen, and back-to-back spares for Carl on the board. Danny's bowling idol, other than Norm Duke, was his dad. His dad passed away way too early, but loved the sport. It says here in Danny's bio card. Let's see what he can do here in the 8th frame. That one cuts high. Almost that spinner. He's probably glad it fell off the lane instead of knocking the 6 pin down. Look at that baby split. That's always a tough one to pick up. Watch that replay. Just missed a little left with his target. And 3, 6, and 10 stand. And on Saturday mornings, when he's not at Tom Ken's in West Dallas, having some of the great chicken, or here in a bowling center, you'll find Danny sitting in the tree stand, waiting for the wildlife to come by. And both of our players clean through 2 frames here in our final match of the day. I mentioned Danny in the deer stand. Carl experienced at butchering deer. Well, if he wins that Henry Flack Steakhouse mystery frame gift card, he won't have to worry about doing any of the butchering. They'll cut that steak for him before he gets to the table. And unfortunately, it comes up high. And we just mentioned that baby split. It's $10 in cash from the Brew City Bowling Show. If Carl can make this, but once again, not having that 6 pin in the middle of the 3 and the 10 makes it a bit harder to take down both pins. We see Carl going with the polyester ball. So He's going to try to hit the right side of that 3-pin. Have the ball hit the 10. And unfortunately slides behind the 3. And it's looking like both of these teams are going to leave allegedly in the overall team lead here from Classic Lanes Greenfield. One show to go next week from Classic Greenfield. And then we will know all 4 of our teams that will be bowling in our Grand Championship roll-off at Holler House. You'll see that show here on My 24 on January 18th. And wow, is that a terrible break for Danny. Stuffs the pocket firm and leaves the solid 9. Danny's always wanted to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. 9-pin. Yeah, looks like he's trying to catch some beads there on Bourbon Street as it stands alone. And Danny, a skill that he has a lot of people don't know about, he can work with stained glass. So that could come in handy in his home or someone else's. Great cover there by Danny on the 9-pin. And here comes the final frame of the day. And both these players, I see the red, white, and blue pins in both head pin positions on lanes 3 and 4. So they are each going to get a shot at the American Place jackpot shot. $100 in free play at American Place Casino. If either of these bowlers can convert with a strike on that red, white, and blue pin here in the 10th frame. Carl gets it on lane. Is that going to get all the way back up? Oh, the weak 10 for Carl. And Carl, might be time to get the fishing rod out for a little ice fishing after the bowling's done today. Loves to hunt, loves to fish. And unfortunately, that 6-pin just kind of flopped in the flat gutter. Still a chance for 63 for Carl. And and that's going to leave Carl at 52. And that's going to get Carl a prize he probably wasn't anticipating bowling on the show today. He's going to be the winner of the Platinum Pepperoni Award for low game on the show. Big frame here for Danny. Gift certificate from Natty Oaks on the line, along with that $100 in free play from American Place Casino for the jackpot shot. And that's just left out of the hand again, and another 3, 6, 10. And Danny would have needed to double in the 10th frame to take high game as he shows off the Tompkins shirt. High game of the day today going to Gina Dereshevsky with her 80 game. She's going to take home the 2-night midweek stay at Circa Las Vegas with complimentary daybed rental at Stadium Swim. So Gina goes to Vegas a couple times a year, and I know she likes going to Circa. Couldn't win a more fitting prize on the show today. So let's see what Danny can do here on his fill shot. Not going to be enough pins for Classic Greenfield to get past allegedly, as Danny makes a big footwork adjustment there. The full footwork adjustment. How about 10 back on the last shot? There we go. 76 for Danny, 52 for Carl. Bows are taken, applause is given. And we'll be back to Classic Lanes Greenfield to wrap up this edition of the Brew City Bowling Show. The bowler with the high game on every Brew City Bowling Show will receive a 2-night stay at Circa Las Vegas and complimentary daybed rental at Stadium Swim. See how you can have the time of your life at circalasvegas.com.
When people drop into the American Place Casino, you won't believe the things they say.
It looks amazing in here.
Pretty cool, right?
I'm gonna go play some blackjack.
Oh, I'm hitting the slots.
With the most exciting table games and newest slots, you can play any way you want. Oh, and the food.
So good.
So what are you waiting for? Come in now and have an experience that'll make you say, couldn't have said it better myself. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Well, it was a tight match 5, but Classic Greenfield comes out on top overall, 351 to 315. Still got some prizes to give away here, so let's bring in Carl for Don's Foods. And Carl, your mystery frame was the 9th frame. You didn't strike there. You would have gotten a gift certificate to Henry Flack Steakhouse in West Dallas. You ever been there?
I have not, no.
Prime Rib Tuesday nights to die for. Unfortunately, though, 52, you were the low game on the show. If you remember the old bowling game, they gave out the Golden Bologna Award. We stepped it up a little bit. Here's your Platinum Pepperoni Award. That's right, some pepperoni. But hey, thanks for coming out and bowling, and we had a great time with you today.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring in Danny. Danny, you can't ask for more. You filled all your frames.
It's lucky not to have it open. Bowl against Carl, a better bowler than I did. I just had a better day in the lanes.
Well, unfortunately for you, 10th frame was your mystery frame, but it had to be the first ball in the 10th. So you not only did you miss out on the American Plays $100 in free play, you missed out on $40 gifts here from Natty Oaks in West Dallas as well. So yeah, tough frame for you.
Wings too. Great wings there too.
Yes, they do. So, but hey, just want to say thanks for bowling, and unfortunately your team's not moving on to the Grand Championships, but we appreciate you being here.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here with all these great athletes.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks a lot, Phil.
And we need Gina back up here. Oh, Gina, we need Gina back up here. As you know, Circa Las Vegas is one of our sponsors for the Brew City Bowling Show. And because you were the high game on the show today with your 80 game, you're winning a 2-night midweek stay at Circa Las Vegas with a complimentary day bed rental as well at Stadium Swim. And I know...
Out, Ian. I'm coming to visit.
I know you know people out there, and have you been? I'm sure you've been to Circa before.
I've been to Circa.
You're gonna have a blast. So thanks for bowling today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it's been a great show. Our great host again with Gina Dereshevsky. One more show to wrap up our regular season here on the Brew City Bowling Show. We'll be back next week from right here at Classic Lanes Greenfield and close out this show. Hey, Mikey Pagel, a lot of people came out here to honor your memory today. We love you. We miss you. And as I always say, parents, take the kids bowling because they're going to have fun for life. You saw his daughter Janelle out there today. It's a real thing, parents. Get your kids out bowling today. We'll see you next Saturday on the Brew City Bowling Show.